Hi everyone, I'm Tony Jackson. Here is your weekly reading for the 20th of March 2017 through to the 26th of March 2017 for this week. Did I say that? 26th of March 2017. For this week's reading, I'm using the Archangel Raphael deck, and I don't think you can see the writing there because I'm outside. If I turn it like that, you can. Maybe if I go that way. Anyway, it's the Archangel Raphael cards from Doreen Virtue, and I'd like also to share some guidance that my angels gave for me to share with you. Well, it's more of a healing technique, but I'll share that with you. I decided to come outside. We've still got some nice weather here before we go into winter very soon. So what my angels actually said and my guides showed me, I'll put the cards down there, they actually said it's a good week to send some healing to the planet, send healing to the earth. Now, they particularly said to heal the consciousness of the earth. So what they mean, the consciousness or the thinking of the people on the planet. I mean, it's quite a big thing, but let's just send some healing and see that we can make a contribution, and we'll make a contribution. They particularly wanted to ask us to change fear thinking into love thinking. So within the whole planet, there's some areas on the planet that are locked into fear consciousness, which is kind of understandable because there's so much going on the planet at the moment. But there's particular areas of the planet that actually are ready to shift their fear consciousness into more love consciousness. So because of free will, sometimes we're not able to realize that we can actually choose our thoughts. So if something kind of bad's happening in some areas of the world, we can choose to react with fear, or we can choose to react with love. But anyway, what I'm actually saying, what my angels are actually saying, is simply asking for the fear, the people's thinking, the fear consciousness on the planet be shifted to love. Now, it's okay to experience fear. Like, we have a huge range of emotions that we do experience on the earth as humans, so it's okay to experience fear. It's part of being here. We can't really avoid it. And it's not a bad thing sometimes because it actually helps us to work out what we should and shouldn't be doing in some way. But anyway, we don't want to get locked into a fear consciousness, so you're repeatedly thinking fearful about a particular situation or a particular thing. And when you shift your consciousness from fear to love, you might even find that, or not us particularly, but we're asked to send love to people that need it, to help shift their fear to love. It might actually help them, and you might actually find that we see some results from doing this. So it's kind of a big concept. I'm going to actually put it in your hands to see how you would do that. But what my angel said was simply visualize a globe of the earth, and you can actually send love and light to particular. There must be autumn. One leaf just dropped there, so we're just into autumn. So that's our sign that it's autumn. Winter's coming. Anyway, you got the planet and visualize and just send love to the areas that you feel need it. So you're visualizing a world. I think we did this similar in another reading, but there's a little bit different. We're actually asking to shift the consciousness of the planet from fear to love. It's particularly people that are locked into fear thinking. As I said, we are meant to experience fear, but we don't want to get locked into it and fearful that nothing can change, and fearful that everything's going to stay the same, and we're never going to kind of what they want to start creating a global consciousness where we're all reacting more from love. So if we've got pockets that are locked into fear consciousness, we're not going to come together as a global community in a way, and that's where we're headed. So more of a global structure where every country's talking to each other. So all we need to do, make it simple for yourself, and don't overthink it, because you could come up with a way to let's make it simple and just simply say, angels, Archangel Michael, please send love and light to those places that are locked in to fear thinking on the planet. You might just visualize some light coming from the angels and just direct it to those places on the earth that you feel need it, asking that this love and light from the angels transmute any fear consciousness into love. It's my free will and choice to allow this healing through me, and I can project that love and light through my body to particular areas on the planet that are now choosing to, oh, the sun's just come out right when we're done the healing, so that's nice and appropriate. Love and light to those places on the earth that are ready to shift from fear to love thinking. Now, it's also interesting because it's part of us doing the healing that's also going to help it as well. It's an interesting way to actually help heal, and the more of us that do it, it kind of shifts it within us as well. Sometimes we don't realize that we may have been into a little bit of fear consciousness as well. So by allowing the healing to come through for others on the planet, you might find that something shifts within yourself. So once again, Archangel Michael and the angels, please direct this healing energy to those on the planet that are ready to shift from fear to love consciousness. I've got the earth in my hand and I'm sending powerful light energy from the archangels, Archangel Michael, to those places. Or you could just asking for the love and light to help create a global consciousness of love, something like that. Because the angels want and the guides want us to move from this separate consciousness of individual countries. It's not that we're all going to live all together, but we're going to start unifying our consciousness and begin to work together. So that's where they're going. Might not happen straight away, but over a number of years you might find that we start forming some sort of global community. I don't know in what way, but that's what's happening with the planet. We're going to choose to work more together, but it is a choice, so I feel we need to do a little bit of healing to help it happen, to assist it in happening, and that's what my angels told me to do and share with you for that this week. So lovely to share that with you. I'm going to draw a card now. I've just put them down. What I like to do, as you may, the sun's really shining now after we've done that healing. What I'm going to do now is, sometimes that's a sign, you know, that you're actually doing the healing and the light comes in. But what I'd like to do now is choose a card from the Archangel Raphael deck. And as I do with each of my card readings, I put the card deck to my heart and I bring down a white light and circle the white light around the cards and ask that the light help you to attune vibrationally and work with the cards as vibrational tools, which will actually draw information as well from your higher self, and you begin to see and know and feel, and your consciousness begins to link with the cards more, and you actually begin to get intuitive messages and guidance by using that light. It takes a little bit of practice. I do it, take you through that on most of my readings when I have my cards with me. There was a couple of videos that I didn't have my cards, but that's the white light going around the cards, and then it helps cleanse and prepare the cards as well. I ask that, I'm just thinking still about the global healing. I ask the angels, my guides and higher self, to help us create a global unity of love. It's my free will and choice to ask the angels to pass this love and light on to all of humanity, to help them shift from fear-based thinking into love-based consciousness. That's a nice one. I really like that. So let's just choose a card. If you have any questions or anything about the processes that I do on my videos, just feel free to email me or message me wherever you see this video. It's good to write your messages on the YouTube because that's the main part where the videos are uploaded to. I do actually upload them on YouTube and Vimeo, but it's the same video. I just like to put them up on two formats. So I'm just going to choose one from the middle, card from the middle. Give us your cares. Isn't that interesting? Dear God and Archangel Raphael, I am willing to release any fears to you. Please allow me to completely let go so you can fully guide me in this situation. Down the bottom you can see that writing there. I feel sometimes it's fear within us as well that needs to be released. So I was guided to ask you to send light to shift the thinking on the planet from fear to love, or to help those that are ready. But sometimes it's also within us that we need to let go of fears and worries. You know, there's a lot happening on the planet, and sometimes when something not so great happens, we do go into fear consciousness, and it's a bit of a shock, and it takes us a while to process since there's a lot happening. Just going to ask the angels, Archangel Raphael, to release any fears If we release the fears, then we can be ready for whatever's coming. If we start to store fear and doubt in our bodies, then when something else comes up, it becomes harder and harder to deal with. So just to finish off with, because I chose that card, I'm just going to add in for each person, it's now our free will and choice to release any fears that we've stored, any fears that we haven't processed in our own personal lives. I now give them to God and the angels. I ask to transmute any of my fear consciousness into light. And you can say that for yourself. I ask to transmute any fear consciousness. It's kind of fears that have been stored there that you may not have processed. Ask that they transmute into love. And when they transmute into love, you then be able to better cope with whatever else is coming up in your life. Free will and choice now to ask the angels to transmute any personal fears, anything that we've had locked into fear consciousness in our own personal life. I ask that transmute now into love. So then we're ready for the next thing that comes up, and then you can, it may take a little bit of processing this healing. Sometimes words are only part of it. It's the feeling and the energy and the emotions behind it that lets you know that the healing work's done. I think that's all for now. I think the best part of that was getting a little bit of, or some of the best part of that, I'm going to put the cards down, was getting some healing for ourselves there. Free will and choice for the angels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, because we chose Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Raphael I feel is good working with emotions. Transmute any fear consciousness held within us, held within you, transmute that now into love and light. So if we're locked into any fears, fear consciousness, or we're repeatedly thinking fearful about a certain situation, even though it might seem real and it doesn't seem sometimes like there's any way else to react, give it to the angels and they can do miracles with your thinking and your emotions. Free will and choice to release all that fear consciousness, known or unknown. Sometimes you're not aware even that you're thinking fearful thoughts and you're locked into a fearful thought pattern. And don't feel bad about it. It's not that you've done anything wrong. It's just that our consciousness is evolving and evolving, and we have to let go of those old, outdated thought patterns. Leave it up to the angels. As long as you say that affirmations, it will work for you. So I'm going to leave you there now. Lovely to spend this time. I felt I needed to come outdoors and do this healing for the world consciousness today and share that with you. I do have a Facebook page, World Peace Meditation, where I've posted, I think, 4 voice recordings, meditations, and 1 video that you're welcome to share as additional healing for this. They're all about half an hour each, and they're on there free for you to listen to at any time. So I'll put the links to that page. It's a Facebook page, World Peace Meditation or Global Peace Meditation. And that's all for now. Lovely to spend this time with you. I enjoyed that, and we look forward to next week. As I said, if you have any questions regarding this video, just message me below in the YouTube or wherever you see this video. I'll leave my email. Address as well. Just one other thing. If you find that you have a lot of fear coming up, it's not my intention to, push you or anything. It's just meant to be a gentle healing, encouraging you to let go of your fear. But if you do feel like there's a lot of stuff there and you'd like a little bit more help, we've all got a lot of stuff, so don't worry, I've heard it all. You feel free to email me and I can set up a time for a private session. The details and the prices for that are on my webpage, but I'll put the link for that too. Is there anything else that I need to say? I'm having a wonderful time with my Monday night meditations here in Wagga Wagga, so if anybody's interested in joining us there, I'll put the link to the events pages for those meditations in Wagga Wagga. That's it for now. I've really enjoyed this time, and we'll look forward to next week. Bye for now.